Amen. And they began to trim their lamps. Amen. And they began to trim the wicks and apply fresh oil in their lamps. Amen. And it was then that 5 of the young girls discovered that their lamps were going out. Yes, it was a time of crisis for them because the bridegroom had come. Amen. And their lamps were going out. Amen. Because they had no oil. Amen. So they called on the other sisters. Amen. Saying, please give me some of your oil. Amen. And the reply came back that we're sorry, but we only have enough for ourselves. Amen. We don't have enough for both you and I. Amen. But the best thing for you to do is go somewhere where they sell some. Amen. And buy some for yourself. Church, I stopped by here to let you know that it's a bad situation. Amen. Because they were in a dark place. Amen. With a dim light. Amen. But before I take my seat, I think I need to tell somebody that it is a dangerous thing to be in a dark place, amen, with a dim light. Yes, I stopped by here to let you know that we're living in a dark place in this world. Amen. Am I right about it? Amen. It's dark in our homes. Amen. It's dark in our schools. Amen. It's dark on our jobs. Amen. It's dark in the church. Amen. And Lord help us, it's dark in the United States. Amen. But I made up my mind a long time ago that this little light of mine, amen, I'm going to let it shine. Amen. All in my home. Amen. I'm going to let it shine. Amen. All in dark places. Amen. I'm going to let it shine. Yes, my brothers and sisters, God gave me, amen, this little light. Amen. And I'm going to let it shine. Yes, well, while they were going to buy oil, amen, the Bible said that the bridegroom came. Amen. And they that were ready, amen, they that were prepared, amen, they went in with him to the marriage. Amen. And then the Bible said, and the doors were shut. Amen. Well, I believe I'll close when I tell you this. Amen. You ought to come while the doors are still open. Amen. Do I have a witness in here? Amen. You know, every Sunday morning, amen, the preacher says the doors of the church are open. Amen. But I stopped by here to tell you that one of these old days, amen, the doors will be closed. Amen. But I want to let you know that as long as the door is open, amen, there is opportunity. Amen. As long as the door is open, amen, you still have time. Amen. And you can walk right on in.